Hello everybody, I'm Jerry Irvin. Today I'm going to work on my 2007 BMW Z4 Coupe. This is the E86 version. So this does not have a Bentley manual to go with it, so I went online and got some instructions from New TIS Info. Very handy resource for us. So you see videos already online for the convertibles. The Coupe's a little bit different on how you take apart the interior panels. So with these instructions, I was able to quickly figure out how to take out these panels. All right, so to take apart this interior, we've got a few panels to take out. We've got one over here, and it's twin on the other side. And then we're gonna take off this back panel here as well. And we're also gonna take off the bottom floor, as well as this carpet here so we can get underneath there. And I just dropped one of my little caps. Pretty quick and easy. I'll show you how it works when we get out. It's got this little screw here. Undo it, and then it pops right out. Same thing on the other side. Now this panel here is held in by 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've gone ahead and already unscrewed those. Just pull it up, and it'll come right out as well. Get these out of the way. Next one we got to worry about is this panel here. He's got a few clips on there, and you'll see that in the instructions. And he comes off pretty, sometimes he'll put up a fight. But you can see the clip here. Looks like that guy's a little bit broken. Clip here, and then this locates it on the inside. Now we got to get into this region here. To get to here, we have to take this guy off. So I had to struggle a little bit before I got him to pop off. Once you get him off, there is a little torque screw in here, and it happens to be a T20 torque screw to take that guy off. So you'll undo that screw. And the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna pull out a couple of clips here. One slides here, and then these guys just pop out. And they do fight just a little bit. Be careful that you don't break these guys. There you go, you heard that one release. And this one release. So that one slides, that one goes in, and that one goes into their holes through here. All right, the next thing we want to do is we got this guy to take off. And then, oh, there's one over here, and he's already been taken off, so somebody may have been in the car before. And of course this one here. So what we're trying to do is to get this carpeted piece and this one here on the other side, I had a little bit of trouble getting him off, so I just left him in there. All right, so this one just got hung up a little bit. He went ahead and came on out though. So now we can get into here. What we're looking for are the 2 bolts that are underneath this insulation. So to get to this insulation, you just pick them up, pull them out a little bit, and there you have good, clean access to it. These guys are 13 millimeters. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen these guys up. And then there's one big bolt down below, and I've already loosened him up. Once I get these guys done, I will loosen him up and take the shock out. All right, there's one bolt, a nut. All right, so this guy is ready to come on out. So let's go down below. All right, so this is the lower shock bolt here. I've got the jack underneath it so that it doesn't fall out from me. I want to get the bolt out first, and then I'm going to go ahead and lower this, and then I'll take the shock out. So I loosened it before, so it's not that hard to get out now. All right, So bolt is out. You saw it release and go down to the jack. So what I'm going to do now is release the jack a little bit. And you see the shock is coming out. And there it is. So,
all right.
Okay, so we're going to take the old shock here, disassemble it, and get a couple of the bits off of here. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. Get the right 16mm bolt for the factory size. I treated myself and got these Schwab shock removal tools, which makes it a very nice and easy way to do it. All right, so put up a little bit of a fight. Not too bad though. Let's get that out of the way. So once it's all loosened up, it comes out pretty easy. And we're probably off there. Let's see. It's got a little bit of a shock on it. Okay, so take off the washer with the plastic washer. Take off the mount itself. Take off the cup that holds in the shock bump stop. So what we're going to do now is put this guy to the side. We don't need him out. We're going to go ahead and get our new shock ready to go. So we're just using the standard Bilstein B4s, nothing fancy, but it's going to replace these old shocks 100,000 miles and be a nice little upgrade over the original. There's a little washer in here I need to put on as well. I forgot to get off. There he is. All right, so you put your bump stop and dust cover over. A little washer goes in there. And you put your big cup washer back on. Next up, we're going to put on our mount. This is the heavy duty mount. Heavy duty wrapping. Put that in the trash. All right, so this is supplied with new nuts. So I will use these when I do the install. Boop, boop. It's got a reinforcement plate on it as well. That goes in the inside. All right, let's continue reassembling the strut. Shock, should call it by its proper name. All right, so this one came with a new lock nut. This one happens to be a little bit different size, so I need to use the 17mm for this Bilstein application. And we'll put this guy into the lock mode. Get him on there. Now we'll go ahead and get this guy tightened up. Rear shocks go pretty quickly. Front struts, when you have to disassemble the spring and compress it down to get him apart, makes it a little bit tougher. But I'll be able to do the front, each corner about an hour, hour 15. You've seen videos on those already. You haven't seen one for the coupe shocks yet, or at least that I can find. All right, tightened up. So we're good to go there. Go ahead and take him out. Take him out. So this has a little bit of a little paper gasket on there, so we'll keep them in. We got our two nuts, reinforcement plate, and we're gonna replace the bolts as well. Okay, we're gonna take our reinforcement plate here, put him up at top. And then I've got my two nuts here. I'm gonna just leave these right here. I'm gonna go down below now and insert the shock from below. Okay, so I'm gonna go down below, push the shock up from down below through the holes for the mount up top, put my new bolt in, and get him started. All right. Just gonna get my bolt started here. Run him in. Go ahead and tighten him down a little bit. I'll come back and hit him a little bit harder, get some more torque on that. All right, so I'm gonna take this guy here, jack him up, while making sure that we're still in. There we go. Didn't take much to jack it up. Go back over here. Okay. Now I got this out of the way. I'm gonna get that lined up. Get my shock nuts started here. I know you can't see these. Righty tighty. Oh, where'd that go? So I'll just go ahead and tighten this guy up and I'll find that other nut that went missing somewhere by the battery, it looks like. All right, so we're gonna put our next nut on. Just put our new lock nuts in there, get them tightened down. I get these as tight as I can. You'll need to check the actual torque ratings. But I know that's pretty good. Just check the other one. Okay, that's all good to go. So now, as they say, installation is the reverse of removal. So I get to put all this stuff back in that was fighting me before. And then we'll go down below and we'll tighten that shock nut down below as well. Okay, so I got to find the lost plastic plug. It looks like it went down in there somewhere. Just have to dig around there and find that guy. Oh, there he is. Except he's not magnetic, so I have to use my fingers. And I can't get him. So I'll get him a little while later. Anyways, so I'm gonna make sure this thing is all snug. There it goes. And then we'll start putting the panels back in there. So this panel goes in, this guy slides in, he's a clip, and he's a clip in. So he'll slide in. Where'd he slide in at? Oh, the clip came off with it. So he's supposed to be up in here. And then he can slide into that guy. So I pick this guy up, get him in there. And you're going to want to also lift up the weather seal to get everything to snap in the right spot. So I just like to get it started up here, then work my way down to the next one that gets snapped in. That's this guy there. Keep working it. All right, so this is the Torx bit that you have to put back in. So we'll get him started. A little bit of extension always helps. It doesn't have to be super tight. Let's get him snugged in there. That's pretty good. Don't want these panels rattling around. Next thing you need to do is get these guys to snap back into place. So then we got to come back up to tail panel. First we got to put this guy in, not tail panel, the back sail panel. So again, he's got a clip, 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 and then this is a guider for him. We get him back in here. And he's going to have to come in, and you're going to hear the snaps as it goes in. Get behind the understrip, the weather stripping. Just keep working the weather strip all the way back. There you go. Okay, so now we got him in, and he's not tight up there. I'll have to check that out in a little while. Next up is the tail panel. That's where your emergency triangle goes if you have one. This one car did not when I bought it, so not worried about it. I'm gonna make sure we get these points back in here where they belong properly. And there's a hook over here and on the other side as well. That hooks into the carpet. So get it lined up top, and then we can drop her in. That one's in. That one's in. Oops. There we go. And again, you're going to want to work with the weather stripping to get it to line up in there pretty good. Maintain that good seal that you have. Okay, putting in the last screw in this panel here. Okay. Make sure everything is nice and tight. Then we'll put in these panels here. Again, nice little, get it inserted, then just turn it 90 degrees. Helps to put the right one in. Work on that guy there. Then put in a carpet back in. All right, so that's basically it for putting in a new shock in a 2007 BMW Z4 Coupe. A lot of interior panels have to be taken out. Insulation has to be taken off so you can get to the two top shock nuts. One shock bolt down below. Make sure you get everything torqued up to the right specification. As always, work safely. Make sure you have good jacks, jack stands, and I'm using a quick jack on this guy here, so he's nice up and high, locked and loaded for me. Good to go. Once you get everything done, take a look, make sure you didn't forget any pieces, and then go ahead and clean it up. As you can see, my car's kind of dusty. I'll get her cleaned up after I get my hands cleaned up. Any questions, please comment down below. A lot of good information in the Bentley manuals about the basics of automotive safety and the basics of working on your car. Thanks for joining me, and until next time, goodbye.